I'm gonna be honest, I've tried recording this video a few times, and, it never came out right, morely because, I felt like I came off way too condescending, because I was using my own views of how I feel about myself being a furry, but I know that's very different from everyone else, so it kinda came off condescending, so don't take it personally if you think that I'm coming off condescending. It's basically how I feel about me being a furry. I understand that being a furry is, I don't want to say it's not easy, because a lot of people hate you for it, but I don't know. I just want to say, if I come off condescending, know that it's nothing personal against you, it's just how I feel about me being a furry. So yeah, I just want to give that personal disclaimer before we get into this video. Hello! So, I want to make a video about this subject because I feel like a lot of people get really insecure about the fact that they're in this fandom, especially if they're, like, really young in the fandom. More specifically, I see less adults really worried about it, but, this is more like going for the kids out here, because they're the ones who normally, are affected by this sort of thing, especially on TikTok. I see it on TikTok multiple times, and it's honestly really sad seeing it. Also, another category of furries that this can also fit into, where it's the fandom that's making people ashamed, rather than outside sources being all like, huh, you're a furry? Oh my god, you should go kill yourself. It's more of the whole, the fandom is being shitty, there's shitty people in the fandom, I feel ashamed being a part of this. And that's where I really see the whole I'm ashamed to be a furry type thing coming around. So I want to address the two in this video because I understand that it can be very draining and very disheartening, especially if you fit into those two categories that I just brought up. First off, I want to address the kids mainly, because mainly it's the kids that really have this problem, and that is being a furry. Just say if you're a furry in school or you're in high school, whatever, and people start finding out you're a furry, or even if you're just like on TikTok or just online, you have these people being mean to you for being a furry. First off, if it's online, seriously, don't pay attention to them. Don't give them any sort of attention. They're trolls. They're just looking for attention. There's a block button. Use it. Don't be afraid to use the block button, especially from people who are just looking for a reaction out of you. And especially if they're saying really hurtful shit, they're definitely a troll. Like, seriously. I think the most I see it is on TikTok and on Instagram. I don't really see it as much on Twitter. But, yeah. Seriously, if it's online, like, don't pay attention to people like that. They're hiding behind a screen. They're not saying this directly to your fucking face. That's how you know that they're a pussy. So, seriously, if it's online, don't pay attention to it. They're just looking for attention. So, yeah. But when it comes to in school, I've talked about this a few times, where people have been mean to me for being a furry, and honestly, some of it is just really funny to me. Of course, this may not be funny to everybody, but like, I personally found it really funny when people are being mean to me for being a furry. It has been annoying because I don't do anything on anybody. I'm in college now, so like this is me still reflecting on it because I still think it's really funny how people would make fun of me for being a furry. Right now, really no one knows I'm a furry, but I think people have guessed. But no one has really said anything to me because people don't give a fuck in college. But honestly, like when I was in like secondary school, people would do dumb shit. Like I had someone bark at me. I had someone fucking bark at me, which is really funny. I also had someone say they were gonna shoot me during hunting season. I had people be like, "Oh, that's the furry. Oh, that's the furry." Like, yeah, I know. I don't care. I literally don't care. It was annoying, definitely, because I don't do anything on anybody. But morally, I didn't really care about what they were saying. I knew when like it got out that I was a furry, I was gonna get shit, you know? I actually had sorry. I had a Christian guy tell me to back up away from him because I was a furry and that was a sin. Oh god, I forgot about that. That was, that guy was an extreme Christian, and I'm not saying all Christians are like that, but he was an extreme Christian. He used to think people who were pro-choice were awful people. He was pro-life, and he used to think the LGBT were sin. But yeah, that guy. Oh, fun times with that guy. So that's how I really handled me being a furry. I haven't really dealt with too many really bad things happening. The only two really bad things that have happened is my YouTube channel being spread around the school because, furry has a YouTube channel, so funny. And my crush finding out I was a furry, and him being like, you know what? Spreading this around the school would be hilarious. So yeah, that hurt. So that's really how my school life was like with me being a furry. I didn't get too much crap for it, to be honest. I could have gotten a lot worse. But one thing that I did learn about the whole thing is that people will care about little things that you do that do not hurt anybody. And the fact that they lose sleep over it really just shows what kind of people they are. And you really shouldn't worry about it too much, especially when they care so much about a fandom that you're into. Especially because, like, one thing that I've noticed about a lot of the people who would make fun of me is that I could have gotten along with them very well. Because they would talk about video games and anime and stuff like that. Because you weren't really made fun of that in secondary school, especially in your senior years. A lot of the time they didn't really care. So I could have talked to them about, like, Super Mario 64 and Animal Crossing or whatever. Or animes like My Hero Academia. I could have talked to them about that. But because I was a furry, they were like, nope, that's too far. That's too much. Nope. Which I find hilarious that they let one little hobby that they did not educate themselves on a lot disrupt a possible friendship. And so just know that, like, if people are, like, picking on you for being a furry for little reasons like that, just know that you are bigger than them by being into something that you like and sticking with it instead of conforming to this society that people think that they have to be better themselves, be better than other people because they like something that is considered better than that, you know? It's like another form of cringe culture, you know? So, like, just like what you like and don't let people put you down for it. And if people are getting really on your case and it's getting really out of hand, then my best thing to suggest is to report it to a teacher, report it to the police if it's getting physical, because you can file restraining orders and stuff like that, and just report it to somebody because your feelings matter, and that's the most important thing that you should be doing. You should be putting yourself forward. So that's my response to that group. So now I'm going to get into the other group. I've been in this situation multiple times when I've seen shit go down in the fandom, and I'm honestly just at my wit's end with situations like the BLFC pizza incident and Hypnotist Sappho and so many other situations that have happened, like at Megaplex and Kiro and with Don't Hook Cacti and just so many other people, and that have degraded this fandom into this horrible shit show, and people even showing their true colors about how they feel about situations in the fandom. It definitely disheartens me and I'm like, do I even want to fucking be here anymore when I'm not respected, or I'm seeing people not respect others? It's something that's just so simple, people will make it into a big deal. But I then remember that I don't have to be a part of that. I'm not the one presenting the fandom that way to other people. And if people want to collectively call me that, as being part of that by being here is just wrong and disgusting, then it's a them issue, and it's not necessarily my fault when I'm grouped into that. And I can be a good representative of the fandom, and I don't have to be grouped in with that. When I stand up and I say, no, this isn't what the fandom is about, and other people are standing up and saying, no, this isn't what the fandom is about, we want these people out of here, then we are showing, we're not showing tolerance towards people like that, and therefore being a good representative of our community. And we gotta stand up and say no, especially when situations like that arise. And we don't have to sit there and let people tell us, no, you are part of this, you're disgusting being part of this, when we're innocent, you know. Then we don't have to stick by what they say and show them, no, we will not be grouped in with people like Sappho, like Kiro, like DHC, like Glitch, like so many other people. We don't have to be grouped in by them. We can stand up and say, no, this is not what we support, this isn't what the fandom is about, and we will reject people and get people like this out of the fandom as soon as possible, because we don't want them representing our fandom. They give our fandom a bad name, and that's it. By standing up and saying no, we are being a representative of our fandom, because we are saying no to these sorts of people. And I understand that the things they do is really terrible, but don't be ashamed by other people who are shaming you, saying that you are part of the problem when you are innocent, and you know in your heart that you are innocent, because you don't support people like that. You tell them, no, this isn't what the fandom is about, this isn't what we do, this isn't what we support. Be a good representative of your fandom, and don't let them taint your enjoyment of the fandom. So yeah, I think I've touched on everything that I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. Lately just been a bit on a creative slump, and I'm a bit stuck on video ideas, and just taking breaks, making sure I'm not burning myself out and stuff like that. So hope you guys can forgive me on that. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You never see it coming.